Hey folks, ever heard the one about how oil became the lifeblood of the global economy? No? Well, buckle up because today we're diving into the world of petrodollars, Saudi Arabia, and why the Saudis might just be shaking up the global economy like never before. Picture this. It's the 1970s. The world's grooving to disco. And in the midst of it all, a sneaky little deal is struck between the US and Saudi Arabia. The deal? A marriage of convenience known as the Petrodollar Agreement. Sounds fancy, right? But what does it actually mean? In simple terms, the US convinced Saudi Arabia to sell their oil exclusively in US dollars. In return, America promised military protection and a cozy relationship. This wasn't just a handshake. This was a game changer. Suddenly, everyone who wanted oil had to use dollars to get it. And just like that, the dollar became the king of global currencies. For decades, this arrangement helped the US maintain its economic dominance. Other countries needed dollars, so they bought US bonds and stashed their reserves in greenbacks. The US printed money like it was going out of style, and life was good. Well, for the US, at least. But fast forward to today, and things are getting complicated. Saudi Arabia, the crown jewel of the petrodollar system, just stopped renewing the petrodollar agreement. Yes, you heard that right. They're now saying, hey, we'll take euros, yen, yuan, whatever you've got. Just show us the money. Now, before you start panicking about what this means for your savings or that jar of pennies under your bed, let's break it down. So, why does this matter? For starters, this move could potentially dethrone the dollar as the world's dominant currency. If countries no longer need dollars to buy oil, they might start ditching them altogether. And that could lead to, dare I say it, the dollar losing its mojo on the world stage. Imagine a world where the euro, the yen, or even the yuan starts to rival the dollar in global trade. Central banks might diversify their reserves, and the demand for dollars could plummet. If that happens, the US could face higher interest rates, inflation, and, a shrinking influence in global politics. But hey, don't count Uncle Sam out just yet. The US still has a lot of economic clout, and change won't happen overnight. Plus, Saudi Arabia knows how to play the game. They're keeping their options open, which might just be a clever way to hedge their bets in a rapidly changing world. Looking ahead, this move could signal a major shift in the global economic order. We could see a multipolar currency world, where several currencies share the spotlight instead of just the dollar. That could lead to more stability or more chaos, depending on how things shake out. So, what should you do? Well, unless you're an oil trader or a central banker, you probably don't need to lose sleep over this. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on. After all, when the world's biggest oil exporter starts playing the field, it's worth paying attention. And hey, if nothing else, this makes for a great conversation starter at your next dinner party. Did you hear Saudi Arabia might end the petrodollar? You'll sound like a total finance guru. So, what do you think? Is the petrodollar era coming to an end? Or is this just a bump in the road? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into global finance with a side of entertainment, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Until next time, keep an eye on those oil prices and your wallet.